Hi everyone, and welcome to my online course for research methods in psychology. My name is Frank Losciavo, and I am your instructor. As you know, our first research project involves conducting a basic descriptive study about student anxiety and stress. The next step in that project is to download the data we've collected so that we can eventually analyze the results. In this video, I'll show you how to download that data. The first thing we need to do is connect to Qualtrics and then log in using your OU credentials. I'm logged in already, so Qualtrics opened right up. From the home screen, click on your survey to open it up. To export the data, we want to click on the Data and Analysis tab. Each row that you see here represents one respondent, but there are too many columns, too many variables to show on one screen. And truth be told, Qualtrics doesn't display the data in a user-friendly way, so that's why we're going to export the data and open it up within Excel. So go ahead and click on Export and Import, and then select Export Data. To download a data table, we're going to select the Excel option. We're going to download all fields, and what we're going to download is a table that uses numeric values. That's all it takes. Just go ahead now and click on Download. You can see that I've downloaded some files previously, but this is the one that I just downloaded a few seconds ago. My browser downloads files to my Downloads folder automatically. If your browser doesn't download files automatically, you might need to click Download from the Manage Downloads window that's open. After the Excel file has downloaded to your computer, close the Manage Downloads window. All browsers work differently, so check to ensure that you can find the file that you just downloaded. I recommend moving that file to a folder that you can find quickly and easily. Now, go ahead and open up that file in Excel. We saved the file in Excel format, so it should open within Excel with no problems at all. After you open the file in Excel, don't freak out. It's going to look ugly, but I promise you, we'll get that spreadsheet looking really good in no time. If necessary, go ahead and click on Enable Editing. The next thing that I recommend that you do is copy this spreadsheet. And the way that we're going to do that is go down here to the spreadsheet name. You can right-click on your mouse, and then click on Move or Copy. At this point, we want to create a copy, and we want to move it to the end. Click OK. Now, within this Excel file, we have two spreadsheets, and they're both exactly the same. We're going to leave that first spreadsheet as it was, completely original. That way, if we make any types of mistakes, we can always go back to the original and fix it up. Let's go ahead and change this spreadsheet's name. I'm going to right-click and say rename. And I'm going to call this spreadsheet final because it will contain my final edits. All right, let's take this nasty looking spreadsheet and clean it up. I promise you it's going to be easy. First, I want to select all the cells, and an easy way to do that is to come up right over here and then click, and it'll highlight all the cells. And then from the editing tab, we're going to pull down the options for clear and then click on Clear Formats. You can go ahead and click anywhere in your spreadsheet just to turn off that highlighting. You can see it already looks a lot better. Take a look at row 2. Row 2 has question labels, which we don't want in this file. We need to format this spreadsheet so that we can eventually import it into Jamovi. That row would cause us problems, so we're going to delete it. Simply go over to where it says row 2, right-click, and then click on Delete. As always, to turn off any highlighting, just click somewhere on your spreadsheet. Qualtrics provides us with data for many variables that we don't need for this project, so let's delete those columns. Within this spreadsheet, we're only going to keep columns for respondent ID and then all the questions, question 2 through question 15. So, for example, here's the column for respondent ID. We're going to keep that. And then starting right here are columns for all of the questions, question 2 through question 15. You might recall that question 1 wasn't actually a question. It was simply an introduction to the survey. All right, let's go ahead and delete the columns that we don't need. All that we're going to do is highlight the columns, right-click, and then select Delete. So first, I'm just going to click to turn off that highlighting. Then I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to click on column A. I'm going to hold down my mouse button and continue to highlight these columns right here. Then I'm going to lift up from my mouse, click on my right mouse button, and then click on Delete. Click somewhere else on the spreadsheet to turn off the highlighting. Let's use that same method to delete the other unnecessary columns. So it looks like I want to delete columns B through I. So I'm going to move over here to column B. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to hold in my mouse button. I'm going to highlight over. I'm still holding in my mouse button. Now I lift up from my mouse. I'm going to right click and then click on Delete. Now I just click somewhere on the screen and the highlighting is turned off. So that the response ID data fits in its cell a little bit more comfortably, I'm just going to move over here between columns A and B and then double click. That's it, my friends. What remains is a nicely formatted, structured, what we sometimes call rectangular data file. Make sure you save any changes that you've made. I usually click Control-S to save my file. As I mentioned previously, we will import this nicely formatted data file into Jamovi eventually. And once we get it into Jamovi, it'll look like this. We'll be able to conduct some relatively straightforward analyses very easily. Again, save any changes that you've made to this Excel file, and be sure that you can find this file on your computer. According to the instructions, you're going to post your work in the discussion section of our Blackboard course website. You'll provide a brief paragraph summarizing your overall data collection experiences, and you'll also post that Excel file. Let me show you how to do that. Here we are in the discussion section of our Blackboard course website. We're going to click on this form to open it up, and then you're going to create a new thread. Go ahead and scroll up just a little bit. Provide a subject for your post. I'll just say Frank's Excel file. Right over here, you're going to provide a summary of your data collection experiences. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see you have an opportunity to attach a file. You'll click on Browse Local Files, and then you'll search your computer to find the Excel file to attach. At that point, scroll down just a little bit and click on Submit. That's it, my friends. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.